Thanks, Ria. Right, comrades and friends, brothers and sisters, conference. Gordon Munro, ex officio, councillor for the People's Republic of Leith, and prospective parliamentary candidate for Edinburgh North and Leith, where last year we reduced the SNP majority to 1,625, and I'm back in the ring to win it again next time for the many, not the few. In my ward of Leith, 27% of all people are in poverty. In Edinburgh, there are 79,550 people in poverty, of which 42,100 are in work in poverty. More people are in poverty and in work than out of work, a scandal and one that has to stop. I have constituents who spend 60% of what they earn on housing costs alone, as the private landlord is back with 29% of all housing in Edinburgh, more than the council and all housing associations in the city put together. I have constituents in my ward who juggle childcare as best they can, who juggle work as best they can, working 2, sometimes 3 jobs to make ends meet, and sometimes not meeting each other, putting a real strain on their commitment to each other. To then ask them to navigate a benefits system that makes them wait for up to 6 weeks before payment is a deliberate act of cruelty. Universal credit has not worked and will not work. The test areas in Edinburgh prove it. In-work poverty is on the increase, and it's a deliberate act by this government and its ideologues, who, supported by a supine press, will focus on so-called benefit fraud rather than the real benefit fraud, that of employers who rely on the state to top up the pay of their workers. They'd rather steal from the state than pay the tax due on the profits they've made in the UK. In Scotland, we have a government that could make a difference but doesn't. A government that tried to give powers back over benefits, back to Westminster, as they said they were not ready, despite saying in 2014 that they could take on the full panoply of the state, a dereliction of duty and a deliberate evasion of responsibility. My constituents, our people, need a Labour government that will enact the policies before you today and that John McDonnell talked about this morning. Let's work together to elect Labour, rebuild Britain and implement our manifesto, working for the many, not the few. Support Composite 3.